Yo guys, how's it doing? I'm Katatron, you should probably know that. But that is not why I'm here. I'm here to review a movie I have seen yesterday. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Can I quickly point out the fact this movie is made by the same people who made the Emoji Movie, and it was actually good. Well, not the same people, I'm 99% sure it has a different, director and stuff. But, same company as both Sony Animations. Who saw that coming back in 2017? But, so, I went and saw it with my friends yesterday, and it was pretty good, actually, I'd say. It's pretty good. Yeah. And, there's... I cannot speak English today, can I? And at times, the soundtrack, the visuals, almost everything was really good. I'm gonna try to not say any spoilers until, later in the video. So, yeah. There'll be spoilers later in the video, but let's see how long I can last without getting spoilers. I'll put a spoiler warning up before I start getting into spoilers. So I feel like the movie. Let's just first point out the fact that the movie is it just looks so good. It is like an actual comic book movie. You may be wondering, what do you mean? We've been getting these forever since yeah, but it's just watching it, you feel like you're watching a comic book. So it's the closest thing we have to a comic book movie, and it's about Spider-Man. The characters, can I just point out that they're amazing. Soundtrack. Okay, the soundtrack's something that I'm kind of mixed about. See, throughout the times you'd have these rap, hip-hop songs come on, and I'm not that much about that kind of music I like to listen to, and so I find those parts oh my gosh. But when it had normal soundtrack, it was actually just amazing. It was just so amazing composed and all that stuff. I'm not talking about those rap songs. I'm just talking about those intense music that happens during a fight scene. And it was just well made. I don't know. I thought it was pretty. Wait, is this? Okay, yeah, this is at the max height. Not centered. There we go. And I don't know. I thought it was so good. And, yeah, so, the characters are good. I'll get a bit more into that once I get to the spoiler part. Okay, and 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the video, I'm going to start saying spoilers. So, yeah, I'm more just going to start getting into the plot now. So, I feel like it's good. We open with Miles Morales. He's just this kid who goes to a school that he doesn't really want to go to. And, okay, I was okay, well, this has great potential. Actually, wait, no, sorry. The opening scene made it my favorite Spider-Man movie. You know why? It made fun of the part when Spider-Man dances in Spider-Man 3, which... I was sitting in the theaters, I did not have the highest expectations, even though I heard it was really good, which it is, I think. I was I don't know, I'm not really buying it too much. It's made by the same company who made the Emoji Movie, just over a year ago. So, sitting there, I was okay, how badly can this go? It can't get, come on, how badly can it go? It's good. And then it started out with, Peter Parker's Spider-Man, who's not the protagonist of this movie. It's Miles Morales' Spider-Man who's the protagonist. And he's yo, so, and he's kind of just giving everyone a quick recap of being bitten by a spider, Uncle Ben dies, great power, great responsibility, and then he's I fell in love, and he actually says, and I also did this, and shows the dance in animated form, and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I was okay. At that moment when he's and I did this, and his animated version of Spider-Man dancing, I immediately thought, is this movie going to be able to like compare with like the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie to be like best superhero movie of all time? I don't know. It's up there, but that's not really. So I'm sitting in. I'm going through. I feel like it's pretty good. It's like okay, got some good jokes. And I had a very laughable crowd. Everyone in the theater I was in, everyone was laughing at the funny parts. It was, I don't know why everyone felt. I felt like everyone was in the moment, which I feel like that should be one of the goals for a movie to do. You know, to make sure everyone feels in the moment. You know, like even if it's not the best movie, like it's not to rewatch it. You need to have it so people enjoy it for that first time they watch it. I feel like that should be a really big need, and this movie absolutely knocked that out of the park. Even though I feel like I don't know why, I think it's gonna be super rewatchable, like extremely rewatchable. But yeah, so we start with that. Then we meet Miles Morales. He goes. He's just a kid. He goes to a school that he doesn't really like to because it's like for smart people. And he's heading towards the school and, like, kind of doing graffiti. And the next moment that made me buy this movie is because his dad's a cop and he sees him doing a bit of graffiti on his way to school. He kind of puts him in the back of the car and drives him to school. And then Miles is exiting the police car to go to school, and his dad says, "I love you," and he's like, "Okay," and walks on. And then, like, he's almost, like, at the stairs to get to the school, and then, like, his dad like uses the sirens, like he has to say "I love you" back, and that was the second moment that I was like, okay, that's like I bought it. I was like, okay, this movie is already good. Two amazing jokes, and like, are we even 10 minutes into the movie? Actually, I'm gonna click up one of my biggest problems with the movie quickly. The opening, like, I'm not meaning like the opening physical scene that's like actual plot and stuff, but like. The opening titles take forever. They were so slow. Like, why were they so slow? So I'm chilling. I'm like, okay. I'm watching. I'm going good. It's like great plot and all that. So now he goes through. He kind of and like then he goes and we just meet a new character who is his uncle, who actually apparently he's actually in Spider-Man Homecoming, like, Peter Parker and, like, interrogates him, and he's like, "I don't want these weapons in this town, my nephew lives here," and stuff. Apparently that guy is in this movie, and that's who this Uncle Aaron, I think his name is. Yeah, that's just fun fact for ya. And so he's a pretty cool character, you know, he's, like, super chilly, brings Miles down into, like, down a train and then like into like a sewer system or something weird. Don't exactly know how. And then like there's this giant room and they do a bunch of graffiti everywhere and it's like, yay, bonding. But we see a spider walking around during this like a short little montage, and like it's like, oh my gosh, a spider. I wonder what this spider's gonna do. And everyone in the crowd we're like, oh, I know what this spider's gonna do. The spider's gonna bite him, and then, like, the spider starts crawling up his pant leg, and then, like, onto his arm, and then it's funny, because it bites, Miles, and he's like, ah! And he's like, there we go. So he just has a little yell and just laughs off, and it's over. So, now, the next important thing is we meet a new character, Gwen, or, like, yeah, and basically... also, wait. So, yeah, it has some amazing jokes. We meet all of our characters. And then, this one guy, I can't remember his name, opens, like, this giant interdimensional portal. And it's like, well, and it's just beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. It's different than what I said yesterday with the beautifulness of Crimes of Grindelwald. But, like, it was beautiful and cartoony. It's like, it really... felt like it. And then we discovered that when he did that, it like opened interdimensional portal and stuff, and like we meet Spider-Man who meets Miles, who then they discover, and then we have a bunch of stuff that's like expedition, blah 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 blah. Okay, so then we are now going to... Okay, now, cut. And now, the next thing I'm going to mention is they go to... I cannot speak English. They go to this laboratory because there's this thing that would close the portal and fix everything, yay. But they need to get a new one because the first one broke, and they had to go to this laboratory, which is overrun by bad guys, yada 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 yada. Amazing sequence, we discover that Miles Morales can become invisible! Holy smokes! I never saw that coming. And then, like, there's this awesome chasing that involves Dr. Octopus, and now they're swinging through a forest with, like, the data they need, Spider-Man and Miles, and basically we meet, like, a bunch, the rest of our people, like, I can't exactly remember all their names, but you got Spider-Ham, Spider-Gwen, Anime Lady, and the black and white dude. That's actually, I can't remember the names too much, but they're all very fun characters, actually. And I gotta be honest, Spider-Ham is so amazing. Like, oh my gosh, he was so amazing. Like, how can you not love part pig, part spider? Like, yeah. And, like, they kind of telling everyone how, like, they got their powers, and they're all like, oh, yeah, we're all bit by radioactive spiders, but Spider-Ham, he's like, I got bitten by a radioactive spider pig, which is just amazing. So, yeah, you have this amazing final sequence with, like, a big battle, and it's so amazing. We discover, you know how Batman has the Batcave? Well, guess what? Spider-Man has the Spider Shed. Okay, that's not as cool as the Batcave, but come on, the Spider Shed's pretty cool. And we see, like, all of these cool vehicles, and I was so hoping, like, please say these coming in at the final climax. Sadly, they didn't. It's not too big of a deal. I just felt like it would be awesome if it happened. But, oh well. And yeah, I felt like it was amazing character arcs and all that stuff. I'm not gonna get too deep, actually. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. See you later.